Friends, it's time for another spooky forecast from the Caribou Weather Dude.
There it is. This is bad news.
Oh my God. Anything could happen.
I'll watch the video later. I'm up in this.
Welcome to another Halloween week forecast. Joey on the Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. It's the 20th of October. Hit like, share, subscribe, or I'll kill ya. Guess what? Well, I've been telling you, the Pacific Ocean is fall time frustrated like it likes to be. It likes to get all mad and crappy and nasty and send garbage at us. That's right. It's going to be pretty unsettled this week. And we're going to move into a possible atmospheric river later this week. I've been warning you about now for like 6 days. It's going to come, later in the week, end of the weekend. I mean, it's going to pass by BC and then probably stall out somewhere on the Oregon coast or Washington coast, something like that. And could be pretty bad for people there. I mean, it's going to be a pretty solid atmospheric river. It's going to cause landslides, washouts, bad driving conditions on the highway. British Columbia will be on the cold side of this, and we'll see more snow in the interior. We got snow coming this weekend. And also, what's going to happen just before is it's going to get kind of nice for a day or so. You know, it's going to bump up the temperature as that low turns up and brings the warmth from the south. And then the shit hits. Here's what it looks like from outer space this morning. What do we have here? You can see a little bit of a comma tail going through this coastal part of BC here over Vancouver Island. It's making conditions cloudy. Southern BC maybe taking a little bit of precip right now. That is trying to move its way out. Up above it there, we got a low pressure system that's sitting in the Gulf of Alaska. It's the one churning and is responsible for dragging this moisture towards us there. We got new ones forming in behind. It's going to be a steady pattern of Pacific storms, my friends. I mean, who actually wants to talk about weather? I really should have started a sports channel so I could just talk about Blue Jays right now. It's all anyone wants to talk about. It's all I want to talk about. Oh, look, surface low there in Saskatchewan. Anyways, Blue Jays, pretty awesome. Game 7 tonight. Oh, look, a low up there in Nunavut. Yeah, the Blue Jays, it was a pretty incredible win last night. Holy cow, a low in Ontario-Quebec border. As I was saying about the Blue Jays. Holy cow, there's a big low in the Gulf of Alaska I was just telling you about. The cold front is kind of just over Hattagawai. You can see the warm front there. That's what I was talking about. See these counterclockwise rotating low-pressure systems. In the northern hemisphere, they rotate counterclockwise. And the southern hemisphere, they go clockwise. And as it does, it drags warmer air from the south on up. So we're going to see a little bit of a bump up in temperature before everything goes to shit. And then you can see on this surface model, which is brought to us by the Americans, by America. America brought us this. And you can see the surface low in this depiction has it a little bit more towards Manitoba this morning. And a little bit more into the Quebec side over there. So just some different timing, I think, on the drawings. Larger look at North America. Nice looking low off the California coast. You can see later in this week it's going to push on in there. It might help actually set the table for the next one to come after that. You can really see big old system there throughout the entire East Coast. And meanwhile, the temperatures budge up in this ridging in behind just slightly for a little bit there. Here we go. Boom. There's a nice ridging. There's some nice warm temperatures into BC first, then Alberta, then Saskatchewan, over to Manitoba. And then the next thing happens, which is this big storm coming this weekend. It's going to bring us an atmospheric river. Yes, an atmospheric river. That's right. I said it, everybody. Atmospheric river. What are you going to do about it? Ha, 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 ha. Be very afraid. Atmospheric river. Fear. We want your taxes. Believe in climate change. That's what you guys think we're actually like. That's what you think, like us weather forecasters are. That's what goes through our mind, is stuff like that. But it's Halloween, so let's joke about it. Boo! Atmospheric river. Ah! Can't someone say something serious about the weather here? What's going on this week? Say there's a little bit of clearing trend. See, that was awesome. Then boom! Crap! Look at all that. This is a really fast model. I didn't mean for it to go this fast. This is super fast. Let's see. How fast can you talk, Joey? I can do the auctioneer here. Then we get this up, and it's going to we got to get clearing rapid. And then we got a little bit of precipitation over the weekend, and then the model's over. Let's try to find one a little bit slower, or I'll kill you. Oh, is that a possible tropical storm down there? It doesn't seem to get too cohesive there. Crosses Cuba and then gets cohesive. Maybe we'll have a hurricane sometime next week or something like that. Looks like another one down there trying to form on the Pacific side. Hurricane season's not over. It's only October. Hurricane season's not over. And, okay, let's get back to talking about the scary Halloween forecast. All right, here's that region. No, wait, I'm wrong. Okay, here we go. There's the crap coming into BC today right now. There's that storm down in California. Here's the ridging that bumps temperatures up for a couple days through the week. And then here's Friday. Here comes the atmospheric river sliding on down. Bullshit for everybody, especially if you're in maybe Northern California, Oregon. And it's going to be a lot of crappy weather for a while, folks. All right, this map here is integrated water vapor transport. We're going to look at how much vapor is in the atmosphere that would be available to make an atmospheric river. We're going to watch a big stream here of it. I'm telling you all about this to scare you. Boo! Ah! Here's the integrated water vapor transport modeling system here, brought to you by GFS Gives Fall Snow. Down to California she goes. Several rounds of it, several big Pacifically pushing precipitous rounds of precipitation problems. Yeah, it's going to be gross here. And I think what's going to happen is places like here in Wells, where we don't have snow in the valley. There's a little bit if you go a couple hundred feet up. Certainly at the 5,000 foot level, snow is starting to stick up there. I think what's going to happen is here in Wells, we're going to see that snow line start to climb on down the mountain, and we are probably going to start having some snow stacking up in the valley. I would think by next weekend, quite possibly. Our winter might start next weekend because of the atmospheric river that I'm trying to scare you with to take your money, because that's all we care about. We're insane. No, you know that? Don't you know that anybody who cares about science is just trying to fool you? That's what people actually think, though. It's so fucking wild. Like, that person understands more than I do. Kill them! That's kind of how people are these days. It's scary. The scariest, you don't even need Halloween anymore. The scariest thing is just look at fucking reality. It's too much to handle for me. Okay, so there's our integrated water vapor transport going across the ocean one more time. Here it goes. Look at that big stream. That's a big atmospheric river right there. Boom, a big plume. Boom comes the plume. Boom comes the plume. Okay, let's go to integrated water vapor transport there. One more look at it. Just give you an idea of water vapor transport across the Pacific Ocean. Boom, there comes the plume. Here's another one that shows you basically the same friggin' thing, but just looks a little bit different. And if I just show you lots of things that look different, you'll think like, wow, that guy's an expert. He knows where all the different looking maps are. Of course I am. Of course, that's what us experts do. There's the big plume. Boom, the plume is coming across the ocean right there. Looks like maybe even hitting a bit of Northern California. We could have Northern California as part of this atmospheric river. Looking out for possible avalanches. Avalanches, not much snow up there, but mudslides especially, landslides, things like that. Washouts, localized flooding. I don't think we have any special statements yet from the BC River Forecast Center, but again, we're going to take it pretty good as it comes on through, but I think who's taking it on the chin is down there, and they are Americans. They deserve it. Haha. Look, friends, it's not so much that I'm silly, it's just that you're boring. Okay. This afternoon, we're struggling to hit 10 degrees in the interior. Maybe get some 10s there. Williams Lake, Quesnel, maybe get some 10s. Prince George might fall just a little bit short. Snowfall in northern BC. Transitions to rain as you go a little bit further south. Just some showers to the Pine Pass. Maybe some isolated flurries. A little bit of precip here in the Caribou Mountains tonight. A little bit of snowfall in the Rockies. Snowfall in the Big Coast Mountains. Rainfall along the coast. We have had a very, very wet bunch of days there on the West Coast. It's been pretty gross. That's what happens this time of year. As you know, it's the time of year pretty chilly there. Regina hitting -2 in the morning. And we still got some rainfall in Western Ontario. That a little bit of showers may tail in behind that Tuesday morning in Manitoba, maybe Winnipeg take a little bit. There we go. Watson Lake seeing a bit of snow. Not so much for Whitehorse yet on Tuesday morning. Not so bad. BC interior kind of clearing out. Look at that, even up to 12 degrees in Vernon, 13 in Vancouver, Wow, she's so nice. 972 central low pressure on that low out in the ocean. She's going up towards the Alaska Panhandle. It's dragging a bunch of moisture behind it there. That moisture is going to slam into the coast. It's going to make Haida Gwaii pretty nasty on Tuesday night. Tuesday night for Haida Gwaii. Tuesday, do we have Tuesday night? Do we have Tuesday? Sitting at 9 degrees with the warm front coming on through, but here comes the cold front. Going to bring the rain Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. And high pressure building in southeastern BC. Really nice out there. Really nice across the prairies now. Looks like Wednesday is going to be a pretty nice day unless you're where this shit is. Oh, Vancouver Island at the beginning of the day at 6 in the morning. You're going to see a little bit of that coming up the tip of the island there. Now Central Coast seeing it good. Bella Coola, Bella, places like that probably going to see some rainfall. Maybe a mix of snow at higher elevations. Looks like more rain than snow, but some flurries possible. Watson Lake now, White Horse is going to take a little bit of precip there. Some of that will fall as snow, some of that will fall as rain. You're still sitting fairly warm during the afternoon there. Not too bad. I mean, we did get up to maybe 12 or 13 degrees in some places there, and we were getting late in the season. But here comes the shit. The shit is coming, folks. Look at this big, long, nasty-ass tail, 957 low there, right? We're going to see a successive bunch of things happen now. Okay, we're going to just bump a little bit faster there. Thursday morning, look at the big ribbon. Look at the big tail. Look at the big ribbon. Pretty nice everywhere else except BC. Now, Thursday morning, we are seeing snowfall and rain on places like, well, 99 Highway, for example. Maybe a little bit in Okanagan Connector. Heavy rainfall up the coast. Terrace, you might take a soaking. Everywhere up that. Those purples are the nuts rain. That's the nuts rain. So this is what basically our atmospheric river coming on through. You can see the intensity of it. As long as it keeps moving, that's a good thing. We don't want it to stall in one location like happened in 2021. That's really what happened. It wasn't a weather machine or anything fucked up like that. It was just that one of these big ribbons of moisture in the atmosphere got stuck. It got stalled by things that blocked it, by high pressure. Watch that slide on down Friday afternoon. BC interior taking some showers when that finally pushes on through. Friday morning. Did I say afternoon earlier? I don't know why I said that. I mean, don't ask me why I do the things I do. You can see that atmospheric river now really soaking up the Pacific Northwest. The PNW taking the soak in there. Rainfall throughout southern British Columbia on Friday. Rainfall, a little bit of snow on the mountains. If you got driving plans this weekend, it's pretty much the same as the last weekend, be aware. Heavy rainfall all up and down the Pacific Northwest coast. Up and down. No one's going to escape that. So good atmospheric river coming in. Solid one there. And will, as you can see, look at all the moisture that's available, all the showers and whatnot. That's going to basically make our weekend unsettled in BC. It's going to be the reason why we take more snow, more rainfall and whatnot. Of course, how it is in the interior is often we experience these events, if you're in Williams Lake or something, as just heavy cloudy days. And you look out towards the mountains and you're like, wow, what's going on over there? I bet you it's really wild. Going to be a snowy weekend, but we'll talk about that in the next forecast. How much snow? So far, I'm not thinking crazy amounts, but you don't know. I think this week we're going to watch these models shift and change and turn, and we're going to find out more. Oh, and then a big low is going to form in the prairies later in the weekend. We'll talk about that next time. All this and more when our hero returns for another weather forecast. I hope that was a good spooky. Hope you're afraid. Hope I made you very scared. Atmospheric river, shit your fucking pants. They're mostly beneficial. Mostly a good thing. Atmospheric rivers. Occasionally not, but mostly a good thing. Okay, hit like, share, subscribe. Because I'm the only weather channel like mine anywhere, really.